Watch as this guy puts something in my drink at a club.
Y'all know that I created this channel for my two younger nieces so that when they become of age, when they become our age or in the area that, you know, they will understand men a little more, a lot more. That's just the good uncle in me, just to look out for them. And one of the scariest experiences, one of the scariest stories that I've ever been told and, you know, experienced in my life was my two nieces' mother, which is like literally my only sister I ever had in my life. And one night, I remember she said she went out with some friends, some girlfriends, to a party. And the area that she was going to was not a safe area. Like, I wouldn't even go to that area that she went to the city that she went to. But anyway, she went to this party, house party, whatever, with them. And, you know, she's going through the motions, going through the night, and suddenly they're not there no more. They disappeared. So now she's surrounded by these strangers in this unsafe area. So she leaves. Mind you, like I said, this is an unsafe area at night. I'm talking about midnight. And she leaves and she has no way home. Like, this is like literally my little sister, man. Like, and none of the family knew about what was going on this night. And she tried to find a way home. Like, she didn't know anything about the area. Her friends weren't there. They abandoned her. But by the grace of God, and it was just so weird, her dad's friend was there, or he was there, whatever. It was all a blur to me, but one of them was there in the area, and it was just weird because, like, what are the chances of that happening? So she was able to come back home. I bring this up because I feel like this is not talked about enough. And if I truly want my two nieces protected, I have to talk about this for them too. They got to understand this, they got to know these things, and y'all need to understand these things too. So make sure you watch this video all the way through and share it to any young woman who can benefit from this, because this is coming from the perspective of a man, and I feel like every woman should know stuff like this. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the things that all women should know, watch out for when they go out on dates, when they go out, period, for whatever reason, with anybody. It doesn't matter. Y'all need to know these things coming from the mind of a man. So before I start, make sure you subscribe, do all those good things for me, talk about this in the comments. Tell me if you've ever been in this situation before, because sharing is caring. It doesn't just have to be me that you're hearing these stories from or learning from. I've always wanted to build a community, so make sure y'all share those stories too. So the first thing that all women should know is to never, ever go out with flaky friends. I don't care if y'all got into an argument the night before, if y'all got into an argument the week before and now all of a sudden she's inviting you to a party. If your friend is friends with your enemy, do not go out. Those are flaky situations. Those are flaky friends. The only type of friends that you should go out with are solid friends. Verified, certified friends. And the reality of life is you'll realize the older you get, the less friends you have. Because you start to realize and understand the true definition of a friend. As I just told that story, went out with flaky friends. They were trying to set her up. They abandoned her, bro. Like, that still disturbs me to this day because the story could have been so much worse. You know what I'm saying? The next thing that all women need to understand and know is that if something is off, you are correct. If you feel like something is off in your spirit, in your mind, if you feel like something is just not right, you are automatically correct, because you can never be wrong for being overprotective of yourself. And I strongly believe that your consciousness is your self-preservation. It is a tool, a God-given tool to protect you. It is a tool of survival. Every animal, every living thing has this almost spidey sense of when something is off, and that is for their survival. That is for their safety. If you have that feeling, if you have that vibe, you need to get out. You need to get out of that situation as safely as possible. I don't care. Like, listen to me. Your guy, Sealz the man, does not care what no one thinks. You can be mad at me if I leave. That's fine. If I leave a party and you want to curse me out later because I left because, I don't know, I just fell off, cool. Do your thing. Curse me out. But guess what? I'm alive. I'm safe because I know myself. I am in tune with myself. I am in tune with my surroundings. I am big on reading energy. And if the energy is off, I'm out. I don't like going out anyway. So if I'm out and it's off, I'm heading off. You feel me? Never go against that voice in your head. It's there for a reason. And whoever got a problem with it will be okay. The next thing I want you as a man, to all the women out there, I need y'all to do this. And that is to always carry cash. I'm talking about physical paper money. We live in a world where everything's digital. Everything is plugged in. Everything is electric. Everything is Wi-Fi, man. Bye. Cash is king still. And there's a reason why I say this. Because a lot of people like to use Apple Pay and Samsung Pay and all that. They like to use digital currency because it's convenient. It's quick. It's easy. But guess what? That thing that is holding that can die. Your phone can die. And now what? You're broke. You're technically broke because you don't have any money. Now you out here asking strangers for money, people you don't know for money. Like, no, never put yourself in that position. Always carry cash. Never have to depend on someone else because people will take that as a sign of weakness. People will take that as a chance to submit their control on you. Never show your weakness in unfamiliar places around unfamiliar people. Never. But carrying cash will help that. And also, if you go out with someone, like if you're not driving and you're a passenger, and you want to leave, but the driver doesn't want to leave, you can always get a taxi or a train or a bus. You have more options than not having cash. And then something happens, you know what I'm saying? The next thing is, as you saw in the video, in the beginning of the video, if you leave your drink, never come back to it. If you leave your drink forever. Do not come back to a drink unattended and drink from it. That is one of these predators' number one ways to drug you and get you. You have to pay attention and never get yourself under the influence where you forget and you go back to your drink and you drink from it. Never lose your sense because predators are waiting for you to mess up. The next thing I want you to do, very important, especially coming from a man, is to tell someone, a trusted person, where you are or where you're going, especially a trusted man. There is nothing wrong with telling a woman where you're going, but there is added security, there is added comfort when you tell a trusted man as well. Because as a man, it is in our DNA to protect our loved ones, and especially our girls. Like, I'm putting everything on the table to protect the women in my life, my loved ones. Like, as real men, we almost see red. Like, we forget who we are and we just turn into the Terminator. Because that is in us. So make sure you always tell a trusted man where you are going, who you're with. We're not trying to be in your business, but this world is crazy and I will burn it down if need be. And the last thing I want to talk about is to always charge your phone. Never leave the house without charging your phone. This kind of ties in with the digital currency thing, but your phone has all your options, all your money, all your forms of communication. So if that was to die, you will cut off all those things. Now you're on the island. Now you're in survival mode if you're in an unfamiliar place with unfamiliar people. Now you're making your family nervous because we have no form of communication with you. You see all the problems that happen when that one simple device dies? It's not so simple, right? So as a man, as your internet brother, as someone who's never met none of y'all, but I care so much about all of y'all, I need y'all to know these things. And I need the younger women in your life, like my nieces, to know these things as well. It is a sad, violent, sick world that we live in. I wish I had the power to cure this sickness, to change these mindsets of these men and women, but I can't. But what I can do is give you advice on things to avoid those type of people, avoid those type of situations. And that is just coming from a man looking out for y'all, all right? So please be careful out there. Peace and blessings. Have a good night.